Alright, guys, here's what I know. Yes, my hair looks terrible. It is what it is. I've literally been pulling out for the past 30 or so minutes trying to figure out what the fuck this team is doing. For those that don't know, the Rangers just came out and fired Gorton and JD, the president and GM of the New York Rangers. Dolan, the owner, came out citing that this season basically has been a failure. They're not where they should be. The performance, I guess you could say, was just poor this year, according to Dolan. And it has nothing to do with the statement that came out yesterday or the incident with Tom Wilson. Apparently it's a cumulative thing. They didn't like what happened against the Islanders, supposedly, and how we got kind of manhandled there. They obviously didn't like what happened against the Capitals the other night and the whole Wilson fiasco. But they're claiming it's performance. I call complete bullshit on that. Something smells rotten here. I don't know why. I don't know what. And it's not a good visual for the New York Rangers right now. I know they came out as a team, as an organization, with their post yesterday, basically calling out the league for their handling of the Wilson situation. Some people liked it, some people hated it, some people laughed at them, some people agreed with them. It was very divided. I don't even know the word. A very divided audience would be the best word. And then they come out today. Quinn cancels his pregame press conference. So people thought something was going to be up. We didn't know exactly what was going on. And then the bombshell dropped. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's really, really shitty timing on Dolan's part, regardless of the fucking reason behind it. There's 3 games left. So if it's a performance issue, why aren't we waiting for the season to end before making these moves? Now these guys, these kids really, are going into this game not knowing what the fuck their future holds. Worried about what's going to happen with retaliation, what they have to do to make themselves look better around the league. Quinn doesn't know if he's going to have a job next year. I think it's a really, really shitty time for Dolan to do this. I have a feeling it wasn't... I don't think this was planned. I've heard some rumblings that it was kind of a Dolan tirade. He was kind of going apeshit ballistic, and Sather is in his ear. Sather was listed in their recent release as somebody that's going to be helping Drury going forwards. For those that don't know, sorry. Drury has been named the interim, potentially permanent GM/president for the team, and will take over the duties from there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of speechless. Like I said, if it's a performance thing, then why is Quinn still behind the bench? If it's a performance thing, why are you firing the GM and the president? It doesn't make sense. Yes, a lot of people are out there claiming that JD got lucky with his position and getting the lottery balls for Kakko and Laf, wanting Panarin wanting to come to New York and Foxy wanting to play for the Rangers. That may be true, but why do they all want to come here? Is it because of the coach, or was it because of the organization? I think JD and Gorton had something to do with that. I also think it's complete bullshit that JD's only had about 2 years as the Rangers president, and he's done a pretty phenomenal job. There's numbers out there showing, the past big rebuilds with the Kings, the Penguins, the Devils, and the Rangers are pretty much on pace, if not better than those teams when they were rebuilding. So it's kind of bullshit to sit there and tell the fans that this was a performance thing. Rangers, like I've been saying all fucking year, weren't expected to make the playoffs. This was a surprise that there's 4 games left when they finally got eliminated. It's mind-blowing. They had Mark Messier did an interview on the Michael Kay show. He basically ripped Gorton and JD a new one, saying, if he constructed this team, there would have been retaliation for what Wilson did, and that this team is basically soft. I think that's kind of a shit position for him to take a stance on. He also hasn't been in the league for a while. I love Messier. You can see him right fucking there behind me. I love the guy and what he's done for this team, but I don't think that's the right time to step up and say something like that. You know, he said he's basically been on the sidelines for a while, been waiting for the Rangers to reach out to see if he wants a position in the organization. I think there's a reason that he's not in any organization, let alone the Rangers. You know, conveniently forgotten is the fact that 3 of the toughest guys on this team are hurt. Jacob Trouba, Ryan Lindgren, Chris Kreider. For whatever you want to say about Kreider, he is tough. He will stand up for his teammates. He will get into a fight when need be. They are all hurt. I mean, unless you have 15 guys on your team that are physical and gritty, this was going to happen anyway. The shit that happened with Wilson happened on a power play. You're not going to have your gritty, tough guys out there to defend. So what was stopping him from doing this? The fear of getting fought? I don't think that would have fucking stopped him. You know, he almost ruined Panarin's career, almost killed him. He could have easily killed him on that play. And the sucker punch to Buchnevich was bullshit. But having an enforcer on the team is not going to stop him from doing that if the enforcer's not out there. I don't think this is an old school hockey. You don't get a goon that doesn't know how to put his skate on the right feet or put gloves on or put a fucking stick on the ice. You know, that you just put him out there to fight. It's not that kind of NHL anymore. It's a different year. It's a different era. And yes, the Rangers need some toughness in the lineup, but it's something that could have easily been fixed this offseason. I understand Panarin's hurt. I understand he had some maintenance days and he skipped some practices. I get it. You know, and the whole Wilson thing didn't help. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and the Rangers were well ahead of their rebuild, schedule. It's mind-blowing. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Hold on one second. Just getting some new news here. I apologize. Doesn't seem like any of the players have been able to talk about it yet. Strom's going to have an interesting time talking about it. He came out kind of saying the same thing, I guess, as some of the fans last night. I don't know. I don't know where this leads us. I think the clock kind of just reset on this team. I don't know, guys. It's it's going to be an interesting offseason for sure. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's the only information I have right now. Just wanted to get some stuff out there. From what I've heard, again, it's... I don't know. Hopefully Dolan just sticks his nose out of the Rangers' fucking business going forward. The Knicks are playing well, so I guess he had to fuck some team up, and he decided it was going to be the Rangers. I don't know. I don't know what led to this. I don't think we're ever going to know. I feel bad for some of the kids that came here and wanted to play for this team for a great organization. Rangers have a lot of egg on their face, and they have to figure out how to clean it up. I'll put out another video once we get some more information on this. Like, comment, subscribe, give me a follow, let your friends know, argue with me, do whatever you guys want to do. Let's get a good conversation going, though. I think this will be good for a lot of Ranger fans. I think a lot of fans need it at this point. I don't know. We'll see what happens tonight. Let's go Rangers, I guess.